Great. So tell us what happened. We first thought the suspect was dead.
I'll give you a statement. How about that?
Sure.
Might be easier. So I'm going to give you a statement. Today at approximately 2:35, the District 2 received a call for a subject wandering around the office building in the 5700 block of Oakland. Caller stated he appeared to be having a mental health crisis, and he was walking around the office with his young puppy and sitting in different people's chairs and desks and offices. The officers responded. When they arrived, they confronted this person. At that point, the individual produced a knife and began stabbing his small dog. The officers, seeing this violent action, deployed a taser in an attempt to stop him from stabbing the dog any further. The taser seemed to be ineffective. He broke free of the taser and then went down the stairwell to the second floor. At that location in the hallway, he sat down. Somewhere along the path of this, he was also stabbing himself in the neck. When confronted on that floor by officers in the tight hallway, he refused to drop the weapon after many orders to drop the knife, and instead of dropping the knife, he went from a seated position to a standing position. Officer felt he was in danger of his life and discharged his firearm after seeing the numerous violent actions that this person had already taken. At that point, he was conveyed to Barnes Hospital. He was pronounced deceased today. The young pitbull puppy was conveyed to the Humane Society for treatment, and we believe he will survive. That's what we have right now.
Any officers injured or
I have no officers injured. The officer that discharged the taser is a 4.5-year veteran, and the officer that discharged the firearm is a 15.5-year veteran.
Did this individual have any relationship with this place here?
None that anyone in this building knows about. We actually believe he was staying at the hotel next door.
Is he from the area or just living?
Last known address is in Illinois, but we don't know if that's verified.
Obviously, this is really traumatic. Anything involving a young dog and a person in distress. Can you talk about that from that aspect?
It is distressing. We try to. The officer that actually came here has some counseling experience. They tried to talk to the individual, but once you start taking violent actions towards animals and yourself, we tried to de-escalate, but it didn't work, unfortunately.
You touched on it there. We talked about the training that officers do receive to handle these types of situations.
Yes, our officers go through what we call CIT, Crisis Intervention Training, and they do have a lot of training in that field, and they attempt in all ways to de-escalate situations, but sometimes in mental health crises, they do what they can.
And it appears the officers did acted appropriately, or how does that unfold from here?
That'll be part of our investigation. FIU will investigate that. We will look at all body camera videos from all the officers that responded, and I can't talk about any of that until it's too early in the investigation.
Talk about just, I know y'all are busy, this is what you do, but it seems like it's been a lot for the police department these last couple of days or weeks. Kind of speak about that. Lost an officer, obviously you have a job to do, but kind of talk about the emotional strength and, situations.
I would tell you that our officers are under a lot of stress right now. They are hurting, they are grieving, but they are professional, and they will continue to do what they have to do to protect the citizens of this city. And at this point, this gentleman, we also have to remember that he is in an occupied office building with many other citizens in there. So they have to protect the other people in the environment that they're in, the space that they're into.
How many others were inside the building?
The building was occupied. It's a financial institute. It was completely occupied during working hours.
Do you have any idea how many shots were fired, or?
I won't talk about that until we complete our investigation.
Major, you had said that he went into the second floor stairwell. Was this business on the first floor?
He was on the third floor and then came to the second floor. That's all we have for right now. Thank you.
Thank you,
Major.
Appreciate it, Major.